This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. From improving emergency response times to protecting against cyber attacks, local, state, and federal governments are innovating with Google AI. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American innovation.
This is Optimal Work Daily, 5 practical steps for generating new ideas and insights by Glen Allsopp with marcandangel.com. About a year ago, I feared I would struggle to build an audience for my new personal development website. My fear was solely based on the fact that I had just turned 19. I simply assumed most people would question my age and thus my advice. After all, I haven't lived as long as many of you who are hearing this right now. I did, however, manage to break my own limiting beliefs by sharing quality information and using my fresh personal experiences to my advantage. Just last week, a friend from the speakers club I go to came up to me and said, "I love your website, but how do you do it? Where do you get all of your insight from? I'm 40 and I haven't even come to some of these realizations yet." At the time, I had to give a quick answer and it probably wasn't the best advice. However, now that I've had more time to think about it, there are certain principles I follow that have allowed me to generate loads of new ideas and insights in a relatively short time frame. I've come to realize that ideas don't tend to just come to me, but instead there are clear-cut actions I take to produce them. For a little boost of creativity and insight, follow these 5 steps. Think before you sleep. Although you may not be aware of it, even when you're sleeping, your brain continues to process and evaluate your ideas and thoughts. Throughout history, famous figures like Napoleon have stated that they focus on their problems just before they sleep and tend to have an answer when they wake up. As soon as I read about this, I instantly remembered how many times I had solved an issue of mine just minutes after waking up. The stresses of our daily routine can sometimes get in the way of our creativity, but if we focus on our thoughts, ideas, and insights minutes before bedtime, our subconscious mind will ponder it all while we rest. Don't let your beliefs limit you. I thoroughly believe that at times we stall on executing excellent ideas and solutions simply because we think they are too obvious or too easy. We think about it too much and convince ourselves that it's silly or not worth it. At other times, we doubt the fact that we are even capable of coming up with good ideas nobody else has thought of yet. If you let your beliefs limit you, like I almost did by telling myself that I was too young, then these beliefs will always hold you back. Realize that you are a unique person with the ability to create and conjure ideas that no human has had before you. Read relevant books. Truth be told, I've never been a big reader, at least not until the last year or so. In the last 12 months, I've probably read more books than I did during the previous 18 years of my life. So it's no coincidence that I'm now coming up with more practical insights than I had in the past. It's been said that you can become very knowledgeable about something just by reading 3 quality books on the subject. Of course, it also helps if you concentrate on reading books that pertain to subjects you have an interest in. If you enjoy personal development, then 2 books I highly recommend are Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz and The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Remember, humans have been around for thousands of years. There's lots of excellent information out there to digest. Take and review notes. I think this is the most important habit of all. Think of a book or a great article that you read in the last year. My guess is that you can remember some of the key points, but you've probably also completely forgotten numerous pages of useful information. Whenever I read a quality book, I either take notes at the time or go back through it and highlight my favorite points. I then review these points regularly until I have them ingrained in my mind. This doesn't apply to reading only. You'll probably find that some of your best ideas come when you are doing something completely unrelated to the idea itself. In such cases, it's wise to carry a small notebook or smartphone around with you so you can record your ideas on the go. My Google Docs account is literally flooded with high-quality notes from a number of my favorite authors and my own personal experiences. I tend to look through these notes when I need inspiration or just to refresh my memory. Maintain an open mind to new information. If you adopt the position that you know everything about a subject, then you'll obviously never come up with any new insights about it. Additionally, if you are too short-sighted to see that some of your current beliefs may be mistaken, then you are completely inhibiting your personal growth potential. Instead, be open-minded and realize that there will always be more for you to learn. Of course, you don't have to accept every new piece of information that comes your way, but at least evaluate it properly before discarding it. Conclusion. I believe everyone, regardless of age or background, can come up with new ideas and excellent insights. You just need to know how to harness them. You just listened to the post titled 5 Practical Steps for Generating New Ideas and Insights by Glen Allsopp with marcandangel.com.
So good, so good, so good.
New fall arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Vince, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock exclusive discounts on your favorite brands. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with a Nordstrom credit card. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Routine, adjective, used to describe an individual whose spirit is unyielding, unconstrained, one who navigates life on their own terms, effortlessly. They do not always show up on time, but when they arrive, you notice an individual confident in their contradictions. They know the rules but behave as if they do not exist. Routine, the new fragrance by Miu Miu, defined by you.
Thank you to Marc and Angel. They are super popular bloggers with millions of views. They also have some books worth checking out, including Getting Back to Happy, which is a New York Times bestseller that shares their strategies for changing thought patterns and daily habits to bounce back from tough times. That includes daily rituals, mindfulness, self-care, and more, with never-before-published stories and advice. Now, that type of content is regularly featured on the podcast Optimal Living Daily. So if you like the style of today's article but want to hear their take on happiness, self-care, building habits, productivity, and more, check out that show. Again, that's Optimal Living Daily, and make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you get your podcasts to get all the new episodes for free. But I think that does it for today. I thank you so much for being a subscriber to our show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.